Hello again, Internet. I'm here today to tell you a story. Well, a little bit of a story anyway. My grandmother, Gloria Maria, died 2 years ago, April 2010. I didn't say that to make this a sad story. I don't mean for this to be a sad story, but rather to tell you about what her death has kind of inspired in me, if that's the right phrase. See, there were too many things about my grandmother's life that I didn't know until her funeral, and that's not okay. It's not like my grandmother and I were estranged or anything. We did talk when we could. I have for my grandmother a love of the stars. She taught me about the stars and constellations. She gave me a love for the beach and a love for old classical movies and musicals. And she did tell me stories, but they were mostly fairy tales, and she didn't talk a lot about her life, and I never asked. By the time I was old enough to be curious about her life, it was too late because she could no longer talk. And I regret to this day that I never asked those questions, and I never asked her to tell me a story about her life. See, my grandmother, Gloria Maria, was a Cuban refugee. Her life was so crazy different from mine. She went through extreme wealth. They were very well-to-do in Cuba and also lived through poverty here in America as they tried to get back on their feet again after losing everything coming to this country. I know she had stories to tell, and it grieves me to this day how many of them she took with her to the grave. But again, I didn't mean for this to be a sad story. Instead, I've decided to set out and interview other people's grandparents. Ask them to tell me a story. Tell me about their life. Stuff they've learned, lessons, whatever. Just to talk and to maybe form a bit more of community between my generation and the older generation. So, as I go out to learn more stories and bridge the gap between different generations, I'll be sharing things and stories I find along the way right here on my channel. So keep your eyes open, and I'll see you again soon. Have a great day.